Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sever7, and today we are checking out a Poikilo. And that's going to be with the ultimate goal of seeing if it's worth adding to your collection or your daily carry. Now, this was sent to me by Poikilo, and it will go back to them. And one thing that's awesome about Poikilo blades is that they OEM their own designs. The reason that's awesome is because if they design something and then they make it, they do a prototype or something, if it doesn't meet the original vision they had for it, they do it again. There's no loss of translation between the designer and the manufacturing, which elevates the level of quality that you get whenever you buy one of their knives. And it's a little hard to describe. You really have to get one in hand to know what I'm talking about. But the level of quality is insane. So this is the Poikilo blade Tuna. And this is part of their Bio series. They have their Bio series, which is more nature related. They have their futuristic series, and then they have their tactical series. And we're going to go through a bunch of them, not in this video, but we've got a bunch of them to go through. Set that over there. So right out of the gate, look at these scales. That is wood grain carbon fiber. Wood grain carbon fiber. Super smooth. Like silk. Like dish soap on a countertop. We're talking filthy smooth. We have minimal hardware. We've got a T8 body screw, and then we have a T8 for our pivot. We have a deep carry milled titanium pocket clip, non-reversible. We have a spot for a lanyard, and then we've got this partial jimped backspacer. Let's take a look at that blade. Oh, look at that. Just a big, meaty, unapologetic Tonto. Ugh, so good. Let's talk about the ergos. This knife is like holding a pillow. Finding a hot spot on this knife is like looking for a needle in a haystack. You're not going to find it. You can't. No, there's nothing you can do. There isn't a hot spot. It's like squeezing a pillow. It is fantastic. We have a little bit of jimping up here, and it's actually functional. It's actually meant to be used. If you're out in a rainstorm and you're also covered, you have like butter all over your hands and you can't hold on to anything, you lock into this jimping and you are locked in. You're not going nowhere, and neither is this knife. You're locked. I can't think of many things that are locked, but you will be locked in, no doubt. We've got this beautiful dark stonewash, and it even looks a little aged, which I think is fantastic. I don't know verbally how to describe these thumb studs, so I'm just going to let you look at them. I don't know what words to use. And it's not just because they're incredibly comfortable, which they are, but also because I don't know, like, what is that? What would you call that? Like a nipple? I don't know. And then down here, it's kind of like a cog, right? You see how nothing I'm saying is really translating? So they're super comfortable thumb studs, though. We have a flat grind, as I believe all of their knives come with. I believe all of them come with M398 steel, which is what we're rocking right here, M398, and a flat grind on the blade. Now, M398 is essentially an upgraded version of M390. So it's got better edge retention. It's still stainless. It's going to be a little harder to sharpen. That's the downside. A little harder to sharpen because you're going to be able to keep your edge a whole lot longer. So if M398 is just a better version of M390. Now let's talk about this action. So we have thumb stud deployment. Acoustics are fantastic. We've got and then listen to this, the disengagement. Plenty of little clicks in there. And then on the drop, the hydraulic close is the best type of action. Slow and controlled. Medium detent, very satisfying flick. And we have an inset liner lock. So I was just admiring it for a second. This will technically be lefty friendly because it doesn't matter how much pressure you put on this side since it's an inset liner lock. You know, you can press down on it and it's not going to have an effect on the lockup. So yeah, they don't get a pocket clip, but they can manipulate it. I mean, I'm terrible at left-handed stuff and I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's pretty freaking easy. Yeah, this thing is just... Anyway, overall length is 7.89 inches. We have a blade length of 3.4 inches, and that gives us a blade to handle ratio of 0.75, which this actually looks better than 0.75. It looks like we've got almost a 50-50. But the blade to handle ratio looks awesome. Size comparison, we're going to do the Civivi milled aluminum Praxis, or not Praxis, Brazen. So the Brazen's got it beat by maybe 1/4 of an inch. And let's do the Praxis, large Praxis button lock. And that's got it beat by about an inch. And let's check it against the Real Steel Sylph. And it's got the Real Steel Sylph beat by almost an inch, by 3/4 of an inch, right? So overall, this is not a super large knife. It's almost full size. And then as far as the overall weight goes, we're looking at, it's a little heavy, 3.95 ounces. Oh, let's check the balance. Darn near perfect. Darn near perfect. I can see why this company's won. Like, I think they've attended like 2 blade shows and they've won some award or awards at each of them. I think they had like one that was like best EDC, one that was like best in show. But there's a reason that this company is making a big splash, right? And there's a reason that I'm so excited about them. You know, I've said it before, and this might be blasphemy to some people, but these guys are a step ahead of Riot. They are one step ahead. It used to be Riot and Best Tech, and people would say they go back and forth. I think Riot, well, I don't know if Riot and Best Tech are pretty dang close, but I can say that Poikilo has both of them beat. So Riot and Best Tech are going to have to step up their game if they want to truly, truly compete with this company. Now, is this something I would carry? Is it something I would collect? Well, let's talk about the price. So the price on this is coming in at about $350. That is not a small amount of money. But for what you're getting and the realistic competition for this knife, that is an amazing value for quality. I would absolutely carry this knife. I've enjoyed the time that I've had it. This can be a hard use knife. Well, I say hard use in the aspect of like what you would use an EDC knife for. Don't take it outside, don't baton with it. But this absolutely can be your daily carry, and it would perform amazingly at it. But this can also be a collection piece. And what's cool is that Poikilo has mid-tech versions of almost every single knife they sell, which means if you want this to be a collection piece, buy it and collect it. If you want this to be a user and you want something a step above to be a collection piece, okay, buy this and then buy the mid-tech. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just awesome that you get those options. I don't have the mid-tech version to show you, but I will link their website down below and you can go over there and check them out. Not an affiliate link. I don't get anything for saying this. I'm not keeping the knives. I'm just that much of a fan of this knife. And I'm hoping that the other knives of theirs that I review are going to have the exact same effect, because this has been a hell of an experience. I love this knife. My question for you, is this something you would carry? Or is this something that you would collect? Have you ever heard of the brand before? Is it even on your radar? Do me a favor, drop a comment below and let me know if this knife has a spot in your daily carry or your collection. Like I said, I will link it. It's not an affiliate. I think they're sold out of like everything too. So I'll link White Mountain Knives down there as well. And you can use the Sever7 10% discount code. And then if you want more reviews like this, certainly more Poikilo reviews on the way, hit the like button, please subscribe. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at SEVRSEVN. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.